We are back here at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina, ready for the second period. The teams have finished their pre-skate. They're getting ready to get back on the ice. Georgia Tech's back on the ice. Clemson's finishing their huddle. Real quick before we get on that, we have some notes from Christian, some things he noticed. Matt, why don't you fill us in?
Yeah, so as you can see from this chart here, here's the ice. Georgia Tech did a really, really good job of spreading out the ice instead of going directly down the middle. They spread out their zone, which allowed Badger to have to go back and forth in the crease. That's what we need to do on this power play. We're taking it right up the middle, and Georgia Tech is just like clumped. They're just like grouped right in front of their net, and if we're trying to go up the middle, it's not going to work because it's clogged.
Right.
We need to create openings, spread out their penalty killers, create opportunities. Also, another thing to point out, me and Christian were talking during the intermission, short shifts, quick line changes. Can't have.
And that's going to go up into the netting up by the ceiling. So the ceiling here at the Pavilion strikes again.
Yeah. You cannot have 2.5 minute, 3-minute shifts in front of Badger. Our defensemen, especially with only 4 of them, they're going to be dead. It allows Georgia Tech a lot more chances than we have.
Right, so the Tigers, 1:18 left on this power play. As we mentioned before, the Tigers starting this period off with a power play, but with a 1-0 deficit in the score column. Georgia Tech trying to kill this one after killing a previous Tiger power play earlier in this game. So that puck is going to be dumped off to McKeon. McKeon looked like there was a confusion there between him and Jackson as to who was going to get that puck. It stayed with McKeon. Now it appears it's Owen Turner who has the puck. He's going to pass it over to Vanderleest. That's going to get knocked. And Georgia Tech now has possession of the puck, and they're going to clear it all the way back down to Badger as he's going to dump it off, and McKeon will pick it back up. So the Tigers will reset. Just over 30 seconds left in this power play as they try to get one more opportunity on the attack here. Baltus bringing it back up now. Dump back off to Vanderleest. He's bringing it back around behind the net. Tried to pass it in front. Picked up by a Georgia Tech player, but it's going to be sent back to Jackson. Jackson with the puck. The shot. And it's deflects away. So it was on target, but deflects off of a player. Couldn't tell whether it was Clemson or Georgia Tech player, but it deflects nonetheless. The Tigers.
They were trying to get a deflection into the back of the net. It's a good idea, but again, we got to
yes.
spread out this zone.
Oh, Halsey with the shot, but saved by Georgia Tech as they successfully kill another Tigers power play. We've got a whistle and stoppage of play here. So 17:57 left, just about 2 minutes into this second period. The Tigers had a power play opportunity, unable to capitalize on it. So now they find themselves continuing this 1-0 hole.
One thing Isaiah said pregame is that Clemson's a really good team 5-on-5, but again, they cannot live in their defensive zone. They need to get fresh guys on the ice at all times. They need short shifts. They need to get pucks in deep so they can allow teams to not live in their defensive zone. That makes it really hard on Badger to have to come up with big saves when he's got tired guys in front of him.
And that's also tough on their limited number of defenders as well.
Exactly.
So it's Georgia Tech now with the puck. The Tigers continuing to play some stifling defense, create headaches for this Georgia Tech team, making it difficult for them to make the passes they want, keep control of the puck. That's something that the Tigers have done well tonight. With Georgia Tech's defense has kind of been the same way. The Tigers seem to be struggling themselves, getting frustrated at times, not being able to make those passes that they like to make.
Well, the first 10 minutes they did a really good job of having their forecheck just force turnovers continuously in Georgia Tech's defensive zone, but they need to get back to that way of hockey.
So that pass is going to be waffle boarded down. A shot, another long shot, and it's going to be saved by Badger and deflects up into the ceiling. So the Pavilion ceiling strikes yet again. The counter is 3 tonight already.
I have a feeling it's going to double digits.
Double digits. Wow. So hot take there from Matt, double digits on the ceiling counter here at the Pavilion. Taylor, South Carolina, the coolest place in town. As we are about 3 minutes into this second period, Tigers trying to get something going, just trying to get possession of the puck at the moment as the Yellow Jackets still on the attack. It feels like they've been on the attack ever since this power play ended. But the Tigers gain possession. They try to send it back out, but picked up by another Georgia Tech player. Fighting for possession now near the boards, and it's going to be sent, and it's in the neutral zone. So avoiding the offsides, the Tigers will get the puck. But Georgia Tech fighting to keep it. And it gets tied up under the ref over there by the boards.
Yeah, beautiful stop by the ref. I think that canceled out icing for us. So.
Perhaps.
Thank you, ref.
So that puck's bouncing around in the neutral zone. The Tigers will pick it up, and it bounces over to a Georgia Tech player. Now a Tiger player has it. So the Tigers trying to keep possession of the puck, trying to pass it up to number 27, Andrew Butterfield, but unable to gain possession. The Tigers make a line change now after that miscue, but they will pick up the puck here and bringing it forward. Number 16, Aiden Evans. However, Georgia Tech will reclaim possession of the puck. That pass is not going to be caught cleanly. It bounces over to Badger, who will just cover it up, so we'll get a stoppage and a face-off.
Clemson's having a tough time just getting their passes to connect in the neutral zone. They need to spread out the ice a little bit. Again, they just keep going to the middle of the ice. They need to use the boards a little bit, spread out the ice.
Playing narrow, and it's not quite working so far here tonight. So we'll see if they make any adjustments at any point here in this game. But it's the Yellow Jackets who have the puck, but that puck's going to get away. The pass doesn't connect, and now it's a race as it goes all the way into the corner. And the physical dominance, the Tigers come up with that puck, trying to get something going here. Georgia Tech playing tough defense themselves, and they will steal possession of the puck back, but still fighting to get it out of that zone here.
Delayed penalty, tripping.
Delayed penalty. Indeed, the Georgia Tech goalie was rushing to get off of the ice to give them that man advantage. 15 minutes, 8 seconds left here, and that's going to be the freshman Jack Owen Turner as he goes into the penalty box. And Christian just confirmed that it was, in fact, the tripping. So, huge tripping call there, and once again, the penalty strikes for the Tigers.
They need to kill this off. Going down 2-0 again. They went down 2-0 against College Charleston. They couldn't dig themselves out of that hole. So, this seems like a must-kill for Clemson. You don't want to go down 2 in your home.
Yes, and unsurprisingly, the Yellow Jackets will win that power play face-off. The shot blocked away by Jake Badger. Yellow Jackets still with possession of the puck here. Pass over. They're passing it back by the blue line. Another long shot blocked away by Jake Badger yet again. Tigers now with possession, and they'll just send it out, clearing it. So Fessler is going to pick it up over there off to the side of the net. He's going to send it forward, actually, helping the attack. But Vanderleest picks it up. Tried to pass it over the Halsey, but the lane was clogged. So fresh legs on the ice. That's Butterfield coming on for Vanderleest as the Yellow Jackets continue to push forward. So the penalty woes striking again for the Tigers. They find themselves backs against the wall. Another penalty kill on this season, this very young season. And the Yellow Jackets spreading out the ice, trying to get something going. And to Christian's point that he told us, once again, the Tigers clogging themselves up in front of the net.
Yeah, but again, Georgia Tech's doing a good job. They're not forcing shots. They're looking for an open pass compared to an open shot, because if you create openings with your passes, the openings will be there for your shots. See? He could have shot that right there from the point, but he didn't. He looked for the open pass.
Right, and the long shot is something we've seen a lot from Georgia Tech tonight. But that one he holds up, trying to get a better shot opportunity. That one passed.
Right there, he could have shot it from the point, but again, he passed and looks for the open pass.
And for a second, I thought he was going to shoot. But like you said, he doesn't shoot. That's sent in. And for a second, I thought it was going to get poked in, but Badger coming up big time, keeping that puck out of the net. Matt, how does he continue to do this?
Oh, no, he's definitely got boys in that cruise. He is our biggest penalty killer, and it shows right there, killing off this penalty, keeping the game 1-0.
Yeah, so the penalty successfully killed, back to even strength. Both teams make line changes. And Owen Turner back on the ice, tried to claim possession as he grabs it out of the air, and it's going to get knocked away, so unable to gain possession. Christian giving some insight here. He said, great kill there. The guys filled the shooting lanes right away. So we've got a stoppage here, just over 12.5 minutes left in the second period. The score is still 1-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. The Tigers fresh off of a penalty kill.
To Christian's point, we were filling shooting lanes, but again, Georgia Tech doing a really good job of spreading the ice there, looking for open passes. So maybe that's why, like you said, early on in the game we saw long shots from Georgia Tech. Maybe that's why they weren't shooting from the point as much, because we were clogging the shooting lanes. But they did a really good job of passing, just couldn't capitalize on it.
And that shot is actually going to knock away a Georgia Tech stick, but the puck is going to get knocked up into the net behind the boards there. So stoppage in play, 12:24.
When I say pucks on net, I mean the goal.
Yes.
Not the netting around the ring.
Yeah, wrong net. But it is a puck on net.
That is true.
Yeah. So they did heed your advice to some caliber. So Halsey fighting to keep that from going into the neutral zone, and he successfully does so. Isaiah Jackson passing it in front of the net. It's going to bounce up and over the net, trying to connect with a man, but he doesn't. And that Georgia Tech pass, oof. Georgia Tech pass goes awry, and the Clemson pass gets knocked over the boards over there. And it looks like DiGiovanni tossing the puck back over to the ref. So DiGiovanni making his presence known in this game.
That was a big break for Georgia Tech. Their guys were tired, and we kept it in the zone, but they just went out of play and allows them to change their line.
So we'll have another face-off here in the Georgia Tech defensive zone, and it'll be the Tigers who win it. Jack Owen Turner sends that puck over into the corner. Oh! Cheser trying to put it in, and he does! It's a goal for the Tigers! Cheser.
What a way to make up for the shot. He couldn't get his stick on the puck, and then he switches it to a backhand spinorama,
yes,
if you will. Beautiful. I want to say it was all part of his plan. The distraction of missing the puck and then doing the spinorama backhand. Beautiful shot.
And the assist on that goal is going to come from the captain himself, Isaiah Jackson. Nick Cheser on the goal. So Cheser, we go back to the Charlotte game. He scored 2 goals in that one. He bookended the game. First goal, overtime winner, and now here he gets the first goal for the Tigers, the game-tying goal. So huge momentum swing now as the Tigers find themselves on the attack yet again. And just when it feels like they really needed to get something going, the Tigers find a way to respond. Cheser misses the first opportunity, but keeps on it. He doesn't give up, stays on it, and finds a way to just somehow spin that puck into the net, the open spot in the net.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play of passing behind the net, in front of the net, and he was wide open. He was by himself in front of the goalie, and just so happened to wrap it around. Spinorama backhand. 1-1.
Yeah, so good job by the Tigers to draw even. They still trail in the shot column 20-13, but they've drawn even where it counts the most, and that is the score. And the Tigers now on the attack. That's bouncing around in front of the net. Nobody can quite claim good enough possession of it, so the Tigers' attack is going to stop there. But the pass is going to go awry, and it's picked up by Vanderleest in the neutral zone. He tries to connect with McKeon. A fight for the puck with a couple of Georgia Tech players, and Clemson will pick it up. That was Vanderleest pushing forward, but knocked away by another Yellow Jacket. Puck bouncing around here in the neutral zone. Pieknik picks it up, pushing it forward. And it's going to get knocked away, go all the way to the boards. And Georgia Tech will pick it up, reset here. Oh my gosh! Pieknik laying out another Yellow Jacket. The Tigers pushing forward. That puck's going to bounce around and get covered up by Fessler there. But James Pieknik, he has been laying dudes out all night long.
He is taking Isaiah's established physical dominance speech to heart. He is, like you said, he's laying out people. It forces a turnover.
Yeah.
And we get a couple shots on goal there. This is a whole different team the second period.
Yeah, this team is playing with a new life, it seems, a new energy, and we've seen Pieknik laying out physical hits all season long. We talk about the physical, defensive, stifling play of the Tigers. Pieknik's really been one of the key contributors to that. And tonight he's really showing it when the Tigers lacking defensively in terms of the number of players. Pieknik stepping up, trying to be one of those leaders, big time, laying out dudes. And one thing to note, Pieknik, we talk about the young guys coming up, but we mentioned earlier with Butterfield, one of the seniors on the team, Pieknik, another senior on this team. So the seniors now really making their presence felt as it was the young guys earlier on in the season.
Yep, leading by example. That's what you want to do. And like I said, this is a different team this period. Let's hope they can keep it up. I mean, they have shots were 20 to 11, so 20 to 16 shots. Clemson has 5 straight shots on goal. Let's hope we can keep this momentum up. Let's hope we can keep that storyline up. Creating turnovers like we just did. And
yes. Tigers claiming the puck. We are literally just over halfway through this game. Georgia Tech pushing it forward now. The Tigers racing to get back to the ice. That pass over in front of the net does not connect with the intended Tech player. And that pass also bounces around and picked up by, it looks like Baltus, yes, and a Tech player falls on the ice. It looked like he was diving to make a stop, or a poke away, and fails. The Tigers poking that away, fight for it, but the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will pick it up behind the net. That pass goes awry. Halsey shoots. Halsey trying to get another shot, and 3 players, 2 of them Georgia Tech, fall on the ice, the other one Halsey. So a huge tie up there, and it looks like the Tech players a little slow to get up. And the ref is waving over for some assistance. So we have an injured Yellow Jacket here on the play. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the second period. So we're a little over the halfway point through this game. The game is also still tied at 1-1. A tie up there in front of the net between Halsey and a couple of other players. They all fall to the ground, and it looked like Halsey fell on top of this player, and that appears to be number 8, Michael Leon. So, hoping everything's okay down there. A few of the Yellow Jacket players surrounding him, and the head coach now walking out to check on him. So, play stopped here, and unfortunate circumstances. We hope everything's okay down there.
Yeah, you hate to see this, and it's fun. It's club hockey. You don't want this to happen. Players hurt. So, let's hope he's okay. But something to note is 7 straight shots for Clemson. So let's hope they can keep this up. But
And seems Leon's now up on his feet. They've got him up on his feet, and he's skating off on his own power.
that's awesome.
The crowd here giving him a clap, giving him an ovation. All the other players for both teams giving him their stick ovations, and he's skating off under his own power. You look to see that. He's favoring one leg, so it does appear like it might be a leg injury as he struggles to get over the boards there back onto the bench. But it's great to see that he was able to stand up and get off on his own power.
Yep. Again, you hate to see that because it's club hockey. It's just for fun. But good thing he's okay. And 5-on-5 hockey, and let's see if Clemson can keep this momentum.
And Christian down there close to the play, or closer to the play, he points out that it was, in fact, the left leg. He's like not really sure what was wiggling, what it was, but he was wiggling his foot, so it might be the ankle is what Christian is assuming. So hope everything's okay. That puck bounces in front of the net. The Tigers unable to get it in. This pass is over. The shot there knocked away, unable to get it into the net. That shot not clean. So now Georgia Tech will pick it up and try and bring it forward for an attack themselves. The pass over right in front of the net, but it gets lifted over the net. So no save necessary for Badger there. And now here we go. The Tigers on the attack, trying to pass it in front of the net, but intercepted by a Yellow Jacket, and now a stoppage in play. So an offsides.
Beautiful poke check in the neutral zone by Isaiah Jackson. Again, this is a different team this period.
Yes.
This is what you want to see.
And
physical dominance, especially by Pieknik.
Yes.
Huge hits, forcing turnovers. This is the team we saw in the first 8 to 10 minutes of the first period. Short shifts, fresh players, forcing turnovers, pucks on net. They had 8 straight shots.
Yeah, and the shots have drawn back almost even, 20-19 in favor of the Yellow Jackets, but the Tigers only one back in that column. That pass, I believe, sent forward. It's going to be knocked back into the neutral zone, so Georgia Tech forced to reset and actually picked up another turnover. It's Dutt moving forward, unable to get it in.
Delayed penalty. We got a delayed penalty.
Delayed penalty, Badgers racing off, so we are about to have the Tigers a man advantage. Scooped up by Fessler over there. So the Tigers are about to go on a power play. Just under 8 minutes left here in the second period. 7:52 to be exact. Score's knotted up at 1, but the Tigers are about to have a man advantage on the ice.
Yep. Looks like number 4 slashing. We're going to get a confirmation from Christian, but
Number 4 is Garrett Schuler.
that was a beautiful move in front of the net. It looked like a toe drag.
And it was, in fact, a slash.
Well, thank you, Christian, for the confirmation of making me right. But let's hope we can keep this up. I mean, we were playing excellent 5-on-5. It almost looked like we were on a power play with how long we had possession.
Yes. And
let's see how we can do on an actual power play.
And that brings me back to what Isaiah Jackson, the captain, told us before the game. He said, like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, speaking of Isaiah Jackson, shooting that puck, it gets deflected, but Jackson told us before the game that this is a really good team, 5-on-5. The penalties when they go down a man is what kills them. Now, and we've got a scrum. We got a scrum in front of the net here. The referee is quick to get in there. I couldn't quite see exactly what happened. It looked like a Tiger player fell over the goalie coming in, and Georgia Tech took exception. So let's see if there's anything extra handed out because of these extracurriculars.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a penalty. Looks like it's going to be a penalty on Clemson.
There's a lot of yelling going on by the players on the ice. Georgia Tech is not happy with Clemson. Clemson not happy with Georgia Tech. So the physical play now boiling over. Things are starting to get a little chippy. The referee is talking to a couple of the players.
Looks like it's going to be coincidental minors.
21 for Georgia Tech. Kale Kurnich, it looked like, going into the box yet again, and does not appear to be any Tigers.
No, they're calling someone over.
Okay, yeah, there will be the scoreboard showing number 18. Yeah, there it is. Vanderleest going in to the box. So
coincidental minors.
yes.
Looks like it's going to be a 4-on-3.
Yeah, it'll be a 4-on-3 now for the next minute 33 seconds.
No, it looks like they're just going to cancel out the minors.
Okay.
5-on-4 still.
So normal power play numbers, but there are currently 2 Yellow Jackets in the box and 1 Tiger in the penalty box. So
we got an 18 Clemson slash and then a 22 Georgia Tech roughing. So
21 roughing.
coincidental minors, they cancel each other out. We're still 5-on-4 in the power play.
So the Tigers, that's Owen Turner putting a shot on net from all the way back at the blue line. And Isaiah Jackson's going to keep that puck from going across. Another shot there, that one by Baltus. But back to what I was saying before all of this happened. Isaiah Jackson before the game said, I don't even remember where we were going with this. Everything that happened. Oh, yes. He said the Tigers are a great team, 5-on-5. Yep. The penalties are what kill them. Now they have the opportunity here, up a man, to take an advantage. Power play is actually leading to both goals in this game.
Doing a fantastic job of keeping this puck in net. Georgia Tech penalty kill has got to be tired.
And Jackson says that shot from over at the blue line.
They clear it out, they get line.
And that's a hefty hit, sending a Tiger into the boards over there. Couldn't quite see who it was. And it was Jackson actually put into the boards over there. And now fighting at it, fighting for the puck over there by the boards. Physical play there. But the Tigers will be the ones to win that puck and wrestle it away from the Yellow Jackets. So 14.
Something happened. They got 12 seconds left in the power play.
Jackson with a shot directly into the chest of Fessler. He's going to easily scoop that up. 4 seconds left on the power play here, so it's effectively killed. And after that, we will have just under 30 seconds of, well, it'll go back to 5-on-5, but just under 30 seconds for those 2 players remaining in the box for each team.
The best hope here with 4 seconds left of the power play is to just win the face-off.
You need to get a quick shot, and that's going to be a tie up there on the faceoff, so no such luck there. Penalty successfully killed for the Yellow Jackets. And that puck is bouncing around there. The Yellow Jackets will be the ones to pick it back up. But the Tigers poking it away. That was Stapleton poking it away for the Tigers, and now we got a Yellow Jacket on his butt, fighting for the puck with a bunch of other players as it's skeeted away, and Butterfield will be the one to pick it up in the corner, and the Tigers now go back on the attack themselves. Unable to connect with Stapleton, but Stapleton will win the race over. He sends it forward, and it will find a Yellow Jacket. However, that Yellow Jacket's pass will find a Tiger. And it'll be the Tigers winning the scrum over, well, it's still fighting for it over at the boards. Neither team able to gain an advantage, and just as I say that, the Yellow Jackets do. He's 1-on-2, however, and bounces off of those defenders and knocked away. So Tigers coming up on the opportunity there big time defensively. And that shot knocked away by Jake Badger. And that puck's going to bounce forward, and it's Butterfield now sending it forward to Halsey. He's bringing it up. 1-on-2 shot knocked away. Ooh, that was Ferron laying on a hard hit himself, so he's wanting in on this hit action tonight. So this game, the Tigers playing very physical. The Yellow Jackets amping up their physicality. We see a scrum down there at the net, offsetting penalties, or coincidental minors, rather. And that puck knocked over and away. But both teams playing very aggressive, very physical. This is the kind of action you like to see in a hockey game. And there's another hefty hit immediately off of the pass, and that looked to be Liam Clark, I believe, laying on the hit that time. And that was Liam Clark laying on the hit that time. So the Yellow Jacket immediately sends a pass and immediately finds himself knocked to the ice.
Clemson needs to be careful here. If we're always looking for the hit, we might give up a odd-man rush or something. Just instead of staying composed, you want to get those hits at the right time.
You don't want to focus too hard on the physical dominance. You just want to let it come naturally. That's one of my mistakes I make a lot of time in the NHL video games. Is I just try too hard to lay people out. I may lose the game, but I'll win the hit battle, that's for sure.
That's right.
And there's a Yellow Jacket shot right into the chest, hitting the paw on Jake Badger's jersey as he's able to easily scoop that one up. Christian giving us some analysis here. He's echoing our chippiness sentiments. He's saying getting much chippier from his vantage point. He's saying the third is going to continue to be very physical, and I'd have to agree.
Yeah. Unless the refs visit the locker room during the intermission and tell the guys to calm down, it's only going to go up from here.
Yes, and I'm hearing a lot of action at the boards. The Tigers coming away with that puck, but the one man on the Tiger able to knock it away. And once again, physical play, a tie-up sends two players, one for each team, tumbling to the ice. And that puck bounces around in the neutral zone. It'll be Dutt for the Tigers, who winds up picking it up, laying it off, and that pass sent to Halsey. Back over, that one trying to find McKeon. Some tie-ups over on the boards. We'll see who comes out with this puck. It's tough to tell from this angle. And now fighting behind the net. More players finding their way onto the ice, getting tied up. And it's the Yellow Jackets who now fully have possession of the puck. No tie-ups necessary here. Looking for a shot, trying to get a pass actually. Unable to connect, but he will still pick it up off the rebound off the boards there. Shot onto Badger, who once again is able to scoop it up at his chest.
Well, Georgia Tech trying to get those shots back that they lost to Clemson. Starting to take the lead again a little bit. Shots at 26-22 for Georgia Tech. So. We're definitely winning the hit battle, though. That is for sure.
Almost assuredly. As a matter of fact, I wish we I don't know if they're keeping tracks of hits down there, and I don't think they are, but I wish they were because I'd love to see those numbers right now. Pieknik has to have at least 5 himself. At least. And there's another hard hit. That one on Jackson as he's sent into the boards. more hits going on there. And, oh, that went nowhere near the net. But Badger taking no chances.
Like an outfielder.
Yeah, it was my exact thought. He looked like an outfielder trying to rob a home run, just jumping up there, showing off his hops, making the nice catch over there with his glove. That's going to bounce off of the faceoff to a Yellow Jacket. He puts a shot well off of the net. That's another shot from deep, missing. So that's going to be sent over in front of the net, trying to get closer to the net, but knocked away. The Tigers now on the attack. That's Cheser bringing in the puck forward. He's going to get hit, but he's going to hold on, maintain possession. Puts the shot on, but knocked away.
Look at the moves by Cheser. Looking like Connor McDavid out there.
Cheser
in and out of defenders.
Cheser wanting to get a second goal in this game.
That's right. He wants to be on the hockey show.
Yeah. He wasn't able to get on the other time after the Charlotte game. Scheduling conflicts with an exam, actually, preventing him from getting on. So he's looking for a second opportunity.
School comes first, though. I'm glad he took that exam. I hope he did well on it.
I'm sure he did. And that shot knocked away. But Schreiber still getting that puck on the net nonetheless. We're less than a minute left here in this very physical, low-scoring game in the second period. So not much time left in this second for each team to kind of get some momentum going into the third and final period in this game. So Yellow Jackets trying to push forward, but the Tigers continuing to play tough, hard-nosed, stifling defense, and they'll win possession back and then subsequently lose it in the neutral zone as it gets sent forward into the corner back in the Tigers' defensive zone. Another hefty hit. And a penalty.
2 minutes, Clemson for elbowing.
Yeah, so trying to continue this physical style of play, trying to continue this physical dominance. And
it's huge losing James Piechnik. He's been aggressive tonight, but it's worked out in our favor this time. He gets caught for elbowing, and we're down another defenseman, which is huge because, again, he's been one of the highlights of this game.
Yes, really, and Piechnik slams that door shut. He is not happy. He was just trying to lay out a normal hit, but looks like just unfortunate circumstances, coincidental contact in terms of it, but intent doesn't matter when it comes to something like that.
Yep.
You hit him with the elbow, you're going to get the elbow call every time. They're going to enforce that very strictly as that shot gets blocked away.
They just need to get out of this period, regroup, and hopefully kill it off in the third, and then retake momentum.
Yes, and now 10 seconds. We're nearing 5, so the Yellow Jackets, they need to get down the ice very quickly here, maybe get a last-second shot, and they try to, and it gets blocked away. So the Tigers do what they need to do. They enter this period down 1 goal, needing to draw even, get some momentum. They get a couple of opportunities. They make the most of it. Nick Cheser gets a huge game-tying goal with the assist off of Isaiah Jackson. Draws this game even, and we sit there still tied up at 1. Neither team able to crack through after that.
Yep.
But the key here as we enter this third and final period, the Tigers once again go into the next period down a man.
Well, down a man, but tied in score, which
Yes.
is huge. Also, this is the first 18 minutes of this period were a total different Clemson team.
Yes.
This is the Clemson team that has been raved about all preseason, that they're going to be good and dominant, especially at home, and we're now starting to see it. Badger, unbelievable tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Early goal, and then, what do you know? Brick wall, second period, doesn't allow a single goal.
And another thing of note that we talked about, he's facing so many shots in all these games. I know it's only the second period, but the numbers, he's only faced 27 shots so far in this game. If this trend holds, it's going to be looking like maybe nearer to 40-ish shots, which still a decent amount, but
that's insane
compared
that
to
we're
the
talking about 40 shots.
Yeah.
Isn't that much?
Because in other games, he's been facing upwards of like 60, 70 shots, which is an insane number for a hockey game.
This is, again, a total different team. To note, South Carolina, we gave up 6. College Charleston, we gave up 5. Charlotte, we gave up 5.
Yes.
Badgers only allowed 1 goal. If we can keep this up, if Badgers can only allow 1 goal if he can be a brick wall third period, we're going to win this game.
You'd have to assume so, because the Tigers, they've been listening to you. Pucks on net.
Yep.
As we've seen and talked about so far in this game. In many other games, the Tigers getting pretty much doubled up in the shot column, but tonight it's relatively even. The Yellow Jackets only lead the Tigers by 3 in the shot column. It's 27-24 at the current moment. And that's for the whole game.
Well, if we're talking about second period.
Second period.
That's right. We outshot them 17-13.
Yes.
So.
And that's huge. And that is a contributing factor likely into that one goal for Clemson and the 0 in this period for the Yellow Jackets. So.
Again, if we can beat them on the shot count, if we can keep playing the physical style of play, it's going to get chippier.
Oh, of course.
We need to play control. We need to control the physical dominance.
Yes.
Other than being sloppy, allowing penalties. We can't get behind on the penalty sheet.
And that's something, again, to echo controlled. That word controlled, that is the exact word that Coach Loughran gave us before this game. He wants the Tigers to play controlled, and that was in reference to the penalties. Tigers, once again, a penalty, but if they can continue to play controlled, both in terms of not giving up penalties and in terms of just the game itself, play simple, as Loughran said before the game, that would be huge.
Yeah, we need Christian in the locker room because, again, he pointed to during this period, when we killed off the last period, when we killed off the penalty, we were clogging up shooting lanes. So Georgia Tech, again, spreading out the zone well, they just couldn't get shots on net, which
right.
is what you want to prevent.
Pucks on net, the name of the game for you.
Exactly.
So the Tigers able to get more pucks on the net than the Yellow Jackets in this one. They are able to get one more goal in the net than the Yellow Jackets in this one. That's a tied score in this game. Each team trying to break this tie in that third and final period, and we might be looking at another overtime game in this one, so that could be fun. We'll have to wait and see. 20 minutes separate us between the end of the game and a potential overtime as well. So Tigers enter the third period down a man, but still looking to get the edge in the score column, and we'll be back here shortly for that third and crucial period. We are back here at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina for the third period of action between the Yellow Jackets and the Tigers. It's almost time for puck drop here to start this third, final, and crucial period of action. 20 minutes separate us from the end of this game, unless it's still tied, and then we'll play 5 more.
Yeah, I can't wait for overtime.
I don't think you're kidding, because it's looking like we're going overtime.
We talked to our Pierre Maguire in between the penalty boxes here.
Yes.
His keys to this third period: stay creative in the offensive zone, stay wide on this penalty kill. And then my keys, we talked a little bit, back and forth, jobbing a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to use the boards. The boards are our friend, especially on a penalty kill. Again, to his point, if we can stay wide, use the boards to clear it out, we'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah, and so far so good on this penalty kill as it's less than a minute left, only about 50 seconds stands between the Tigers and a successful penalty kill, and that puck is actually going to go back behind the blue line, so neutral zone now, Georgia Tech forced to reset. Precious seconds ticking off of this clock. The Tigers once again getting their sticks on the puck, and they're fighting for it in the corner, and actually the Tigers have possession. It gets sent back over to a Yellow Jacket, and once again a Tiger now sending that puck all the way down. And that's Fessler picking it up, laying it off for a Yellow Jacket. But once again, precious seconds continue to tick off on this penalty kill.
It's huge winning those board battles against the boards and clearing it up ice. You're not clearing it in the middle of the ice where they can stop it at the blue line.
Yes, shot and knocked away by Jake Badger. Tried to clear it, goes straight to a Yellow Jacket. The shot from back by the blue line goes off of a player. And a successful penalty kill for the Tigers here. So they did exactly what they need to do, back to even strength. And now the Tigers can try to fight and get some momentum as they're bringing this puck forward. Knocked away by the Yellow Jackets. Hits down there, but still in possession are the Tigers. And the Yellow Jackets will eventually win the possession. And it's sent back down. Ralston knocked away by a Yellow Jacket. And the Yellow Jackets have possession again. Line changes, fresh legs for both teams. And the Yellow Jackets, after resetting, will now start to bring this forward from back behind the net. And that pass will not connect, and Badger is going to knock it away. And Ralston now with the puck, bringing it forward. The pass up. Dutt, nice move by Dutt there. tries to lay it off but can't connect with his man. The Yellow Jackets, had an opportunity there, but now it's Dutt once again with possession of the puck.
Pieknik coming up big. Georgia Tech had a 2-on-1. He did a good job of post-checking that puck away.
Once again, we see a player lying on the ice. A lot of players flying around, a lot of bodies flying around. This is a very physical game. We've talked about the physicality of both teams in this game. It seems to be getting very chippy. Only going to get chippier, we believe, in this game. 17 minutes now left in this third period. That pass back behind the net picked up the Yellow Jackets, passing it back to the other end behind the net. And Clemson playing physical once again. That's Vanderleest pushing the man up against the boards, trying to gain possession. The Yellow Jackets will keep possession, but the Tigers making a physical presence known still. Pieknik, another hit. Oh, man. Pieknik continues to play physical. It's both. He seems to be both the angel and devil on the shoulder for the Tigers when it comes to the physical play.
Yeah, he comes up big. 2 minutes interference. He comes up big on the penalty kill, being physical and stopping 2-on-1 chances. Yep. Get the confirmation from Christian. And again, it's a double-edged sword. He's playing well, and sometimes his hits are forcing turnovers. Other times, they're getting called for penalties.
And it's almost like because of the penalties, you kind of want to tell him to tone it down, but at the same time, you don't want to tell him to tone it down because of how physical he's been and how well it has worked out for the Tigers so far in this game when he's able to lay those hits on cleanly. It's a tough tightrope to walk.
Yeah, that's the way Clemson plays. If they're physical, then they're playing well, right?
Right.
So you can't tell him to tone it down. You just, if he can control it somehow.
Controlled. Echoing the sentiments of Loughran before the game, controlled. And we get a tie-up. Two players find their way to the ice, and let's see if something is called here. There's 1:28 left on the power play for the Yellow Jackets. And let's see, it appears that
4-on-4.
Yeah, it looks like we're about to go 4-on-4 for 1:28. As that's
it's going to be hooking.
14 Andrew Bonner. Yep. And yep, you called it. That is a hook.
So this is, look, we killed off the penalty, okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how. But the key to this is we're a good team 5-on-5, as Isaiah Jackson says. How good can we be 4-on-4? Plus, in 1:28, we get 32 seconds of power play.
And 32 seconds of power play may not seem like much, but it is more than enough time to try and put a puck in the back of the net.
Absolutely.
Well, the Yellow Jackets have possession currently, but once again, stifling defense by the Tigers. Jackson's going to send that puck. Oh, tries to send that puck forward, but knocked down. And Jackson finds his way to the ground, tied up with the other 17, the blue 17. Ralston brings his puck forward. McKeon losing it, but Vanderleest, not Ralston, gained possession back. Tried to find it back over to McKeon, but couldn't connect. The Yellow Jackets now bringing it forward. Again, 17-on-17 crime there as Jackson's able to knock that puck away, hits the net over the boards here on the side. We have a stoppage, 49 seconds left of 4-on-4 play, and then the Tigers will go on the power play. So the penalties coming up and paying huge dividends for both teams here. The Tigers give Georgia Tech an opportunity on a penalty, and then Georgia Tech gives it right back.
Yeah, this is, again, one of the main reasons why we lost the Sharpton is because we fell so far behind on the penalty shoot. Whereas tonight, we're committing penalties, but we're getting them back.
Yes, and that's what we saw. I'm getting flashbacks to the Charlotte game a little bit here.
Not as high scoring, but I
yes,
agree with you.
because
penalties from both sides.
Yeah.
Also, these teams are, as we talked about how good Georgia Tech is, Clemson is
physical play once again.
Well.
Jackson knocking that puck away.
Clemson's a very good team as well. These teams seem equally matched as it's only 1-1. They just keep canceling each other out, whereas we're good in the offensive zone, they're good in the offensive zone. We just keep going back and forth.
Yeah, so Georgia Tech's going to pick this puck up back in their own defensive zone, brings it back around the net, and it's going to get sent over, and an icing called as it's sent all the way back down to the other end. So icing called there, and the first penalty is over. We're now The Tigers are now on a power play for 30 seconds.
That was excellent timing for the Clemson power play because there is no such thing as icing when you're on the penalty kill. So that icing was called at the exact right time.
Yes.
When the Clemson player comes out of the box. So we get a face-off in our offensive zone, win this, great opportunities.
Yeah, not much time to get something going, but Baltus trying to take full advantage of that opportunity. Immediate shot off of the face-off. It's blocked away, but the Tigers maintaining possession. The reset here sent over the McKeon and picked up by the Yellow Jackets. But once again, Baltus sending that forward, unable to find McKeon. The Yellow Jackets keeping the puck away from the Tigers just enough to waste some time. So this penalty looks like it's going to be successfully killed, but the Tigers do have a little bit of momentum, it seems, and they are playing very hard, very fast, trying to take advantage of these opportunities, keep Georgia Tech on their heels.
One thing to keep in mind is that Georgia Tech, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to jinx it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll say it if we score.
Alrighty then. Well, this puck's going to be sent back down into the neutral zone. Georgia Tech trying to push it forward, and it gets sent right over. Would have been an offside, so the Tigers now have a potential opportunity here. That's going to get sent back, and it's going to be a Georgia Tech puck. Great poke away defensively there by the Tigers.
Beautiful dive poke check to get the puck out of the zone. Allows us to get a line change, fresh players on the air.
Yes, fresh legs, always important when you are this late into a game, and especially when you're missing a few key defenders. And that puck's going to get away. The Tigers are going to pick it up. That's Ralston now with the puck, sending it over. Stapleton now. And Georgia Tech fighting hard to get the puck back themselves. And they will. They do have the puck. And it's bouncing around now, passing it back and forth between them. Gets knocked away there from in front of the net. And the Tigers are going to send it. It goes all the way into the corner. And the Yellow Jackets get the puck. A couple of fresh legs coming onto the ice for both teams. Georgia Tech now pushing the puck forward. Ralston applying pressure. And that's going to be Pieknik. It goes off of Pieknik. So good defense there by the Tigers as they're able to continue to stifle Georgia Tech's attacks.
Right now they're doing a really good job of just getting in the passing lanes, preventing Georgia Tech from getting an open look at the net, and also getting an open look at their guys. They're having a tough time connecting on passes.
So Georgia Tech now moving the puck around, trying to get something going here. Just under 12 minutes left in this third period. The shot from the side blocked away by Badger. So another save by Jake Badger in this game. Another shot deflects off of a couple people, and that's going to deflect up and into the net. A goal for the Yellow Jackets. A huge goal there for the Yellow Jackets just when it seemed like the Tigers were starting to build up some momentum, and the Yellow Jackets find a way to get the goal get the puck into the net for a goal. So now they retake the lead. Another lead for the Yellow Jackets. 11:42 left. Matt, what did you see there?
Unfortunate break from Badger. Again, we were doing a really good job of just getting in the passing lane. So an opportunity was created off the board. Puck bounced off the board behind Badger, and then it just came right in the goal crease. Georgia Tech did a good job of putting the stick on the puck and lifting it up into the net.
Yes, and that goal is going to come from number 14, Andrew Bonner. The assist coming from number 17, Michael Brzezowski, and number 3, Michael Markwart. So Markwart getting 2 points in this game. He's got a hand in all the goals scored for the Yellow Jackets in this game. So Georgia Tech now all the way back at their own end, trying to move it forward. The Tigers stealing possession here, however. Georgia Tech playing physical themselves, and now they've got an opportunity, but Baltus comes up big, knocks that puck away.
Great job by Baltus disrupting that potential 2-on-1 with the post check.
Yeah, so we've got a note from Christian here. He's noticed that Georgia Tech has been changing their forecheck to 1-2-2, going less aggressive. And there's a Tiger down on the ice, a stoppage in play. Let's see if we've got something here.
Yeah, we got a penalty on Georgia Tech cross-checking. Let's see who it is.
And that's going to be number 8, Michael Leon. So good to see that he's back healthy, but unfortunately for the Yellow Jackets, he now finds himself back out of the game now for 2 minutes in the penalty box.
It doesn't seem, I mean, it seems urgent. We need to be urgent on this power play. It doesn't seem like a must score, but we have to get chances, get momentum back on our side.
So Balta shoots, and it's blocked away by a defender. Jackson racing to get that puck. Georgia Tech will pick it up, and that's another goal for the Yellow Jackets. A very, very quick turn of events there. And it's now 3-1.
Matt Loughran pointed to before the game what was the most important thing they talked about after the Conference All-Star game. That the first shift after a goal has to be crisp, has to be better. And again, we see the first shift after Georgia Tech scores is a power play, and they score shorthanded.
Yes, and that goal coming off of the stick of number 10, Brandon Holt, the assist given by Ben Lublin, number 11 there. So Georgia Tech, in a very quick succession, gains 2 goals, and it's now 3-1 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. We have another stoppage in play. The referees are huddled there at the center.
It looks like it was a timeout by Clemson to, I guess, get their tired guys some rest, and so Matt Loughran can tell them what they need to do. Now down 2 with 10 minutes left to a very good Georgia Tech team.
Yeah, and that last goal, shorthanded. So 3-1 now in favor of the Yellow Jackets. There's just under 10.5 minutes, 10:26 to be exact. So the Tigers find their backs against the wall. They need to find 2 goals to tie this thing back up here in this last 10.5. What do they have to do?
Well, now, down 2, this is a must score. They have to score on this power play to gain whatever momentum is left in this game to bring it back on their side. Now down 2. Again, a 2-goal lead is the worst lead to have in hockey, but only 10 minutes left. 50 minutes played. I mean, they need to score here.
And they got to do something to dampen the spirits of this Georgia Tech team. As Christian has noted, he's right there beside the Georgia Tech bench, and he says it's very lively right now. Understandably so, as they have just gotten a couple of gifts by the Tigers. So they're very much riding this wave of emotion right now. Georgia Tech very much in it. Clemson got to do something, anything they can to silence those emotions and bring down their spirits. Pass to McKeon, the shot knocked away. McKeon still with the puck. He's passing it off. Jackson now back to McKeon. Lines up, shoots, deflects off of a defender. That looked to be Owen Turner now. Back to McKeon. Georgia Tech stifling the defense. But Clemson fighting for it, and a Georgia Tech player has lost the stick. He's picking it back up. Owen Turner, pass back to Pieknik, back over to Owen Turner. The shot, goal! Goal!
Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful cross-ice pass. Isaiah Jackson doing a phenomenal job of finding the back door.
Yes, a great pass, great puck movement there, I would say, by the Tigers. Moving that puck around a lot, keeping Georgia Tech moving, especially with the power play, the man advantage. And the Tigers able to create an opening, and Isaiah Jackson takes advantage.
That was a must score.
And we're waiting on the confirmation.
We need to get confirmation from Christian who the main assist was, because that was a phenomenal cross-ice pass.
Thinking it might have been Owen Turner, but I'm not sure.
It did look like a 20-something. I think you might be right. Again, it looks like Christian was in the locker room because he said get creative in the offensive zone, especially on the power play. And that looks like that's what they did. They weren't forcing shots. They were getting creative, trying to find opportunities. That was a beautiful opportunity that they capitalized on.
And that it was McKeon It was actually McKeon on the assist there. A great pass for McKeon. McKeon was very active, touching the puck a lot in that sequence, moving the puck around a lot.
It looked like he was quarterbacking that power play.
Yeah. Just not holding the puck for long. He'd get it, hold it for a few seconds, find a man, boom, pass.
This
so
is huge, too, because not only have we scored and we're within one, they just iced the puck. Their penalty killers are tired. I mean, we no longer have the penalty. It's 5-on-5. But what I'm saying is their players, they don't have that energy they had when they were up 2. And now their players are tired because they're icing the puck. We have all the energy. We have the momentum right now.
And I'm now I'm literally texting Christian right now to see how the mood on Georgia Tech's bench changed after that goal. Because if he says that there's a noticeable difference, that could play a huge factor moving forward in this last 8 minutes. And he did confirm, yes, Georgia Tech's bench quieted down a lot after that goal. So a noticeable emotion change, and kind of like I noted there, Georgia Tech was riding a huge wave of emotion, a huge wave, and it's now 4. The ceiling counter's at 4.
I feel like it should be higher because my over-under was double digits.
Yeah, the ceiling kind of got taken out of the game there for a little while, but it's back in action. But, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, when Christian pointed out that Georgia Tech's bench was very lively. They were riding this wave of emotion, huge momentum swing. Now with this goal, the Tigers drawing back within 1, 8 minutes left in this game. As Christian noted, a noticeable difference now for the Yellow Jackets over there on the bench. And as Christian noted, he says it's a reality check. Kind of seemed like they thought it was over. Pieknik again making his name known. But as Christian noted, he said it kind of seemed like they thought it was over. Their coach had to warn them not to get complacent. And that's something we actually asked their coach about before the game, is getting complacent with a mindset going into this game.
After winning 12-1.
Yes, and now it seems they thought after getting a 2-goal lead here late that maybe they were getting complacent, that they thought this game was already over. The Tigers and Badger coming up huge yet again, laying his body on the line.
It looked like that puck beat Badger, and it just, the post saved us on that one.
Badger,
but, like you said, that was one of the questions we asked the Georgia Tech coach, and he said he usually lets the players govern themselves when it comes to their mindset and getting ready for games. But again, they're college students, right? So they still have a little bit of growing up to do.
Yes.
It's good that their coach maybe stepped in after giving up that goal, give them a reality check a little bit, like, hey, this game's not over. There's still 7 minutes left.
Yes, and another thing he mentioned to us for the game too is he acknowledged this Clemson team and how good it plays, especially against competition that might be considered better than them. Yeah. He notices, last year Clemson beating Georgia Tech, the tough challenges that Clemson gave to really good teams like Georgia Tech. He remembers this. He knows the players that are returning remember this, and it seems like in that moment they maybe forgot. However, time continues to tick away. 6 minutes, just under 20 seconds now left in this third period. The Tigers still a goal behind in this game, but huge momentum swing. They're riding this wave of emotion. The Yellow Jackets take this puck up. The ice goes off of Badger's stick, laid back off, and that's Baltus bringing it back up behind the net. Bounces around. The Yellow Jackets had an opportunity there, and they do, as a matter of fact, have the puck. Goes off of Badger's blockers there, and that puck is going to bounce up into the Tiger bench. So, just under 6 minutes left in this game. 5:53. The Tigers very close in the shots. They're only down by 4, 31-26 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Tigers only down by 1 goal. They're running out of time, but they've got a lot of momentum, Matt. What do they got to do to feed off of this momentum, put a puck in the net?
Play their game. Right now it's 0-0 high. So 6 minutes is a lot of time. You don't want to, maybe play with a little bit of urgency, but icing? Yeah, it looks like icing.
Looks like it's an icing.
You want to play your game. Physical. And then, again, like Christian alluded to, got to get creative in the offensive zone. Georgia Tech knows from what they've seen, you're going to try to go up the middle, right? And that's how they shut us down in the entire first period.
Yeah.
So we need to spread the zone out a little bit like we did on the power play. Look for cross-ice passes. Send it back to the point a little bit. Look for passes more than shots because the shots will open up. Yeah,
and the Tigers won that face-off. And as it appears that Pieknik tried to just send that puck forward, and it bounces off of a guy up and over the board, so we'll try it again on the face-off. And bouncing around, no clear winner yet. The Tigers shooting it forward. And Butterfield was racing forward, trying to win possession of that puck, trying to steal it away. And, oh, Butterfield getting a shot off. He's been all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, Clemson doing it well.
So Georgia Tech on the attack. But, again, stifling defense as number 13 is sent flailing onto the ground.
Looks like it's going to be a penalty on Clemson for hooking.
Yep, it's going to be a penalty, it seems, as number 13. That would be Sheridan. Kevin Sheridan was sent flailing to the ground. So it seems that hit is going to bring out a man advantage. And Pieknik, who has been a key contributor in this game, both good and bad.
Yeah, he's been in the penalty. I think this is his third time in the penalty.
It is.
But, again, like we said earlier, it seems like a double-edged sword because you don't want to tell him to slow it down. His physical play on the power play was one of the key reasons why the passes were so open.
Yeah, and Christian, in telling us the penalty, just noted what you noted too, his third penalty of the night. So,
must kill.
Yeah, another must kill as the Tigers can't afford to go down by 2 goals here. 5 minutes now left. And for a second, I thought that bounced up and into the net, but it was just behind. Badger coming up with yet another save. 1:30 left here. And that's Isaiah Jackson down there playing very physical, wasting a few more seconds off the clock, a few more precious seconds on that on that penalty kill. And a nice move there by number 21. That would be Kyle Cernich. I probably butchered that name 5 different times tonight. That shot tried to go 5-hole, but Badger able to just secure it.
Isaiah Jackson doing a really good job on the forecheck there on the penalty kill. He loves that I call him. He's like a Carl Hagelin type.
Yes.
He loves that I call him that because he's flying all over the ice. Penalty kill, power play, 5-on-5. You can use him anywhere. And it shows that he's one of the best penalty killers on this team, being the captain, leading by example. And again, that forecheck was excellent, killing off time, winning the board battle.
So a little bit of a stoppage. Not sure quite what's going on here, but we're ready for that face-off. There's that puck drop. So that's going to get sent back near the blue line. Georgia Tech's going to pick it up, but the Tigers will knock it away and try to clear it. Vanderleest now trying to push that puck forward. The Yellow Jackets doing everything they can to get back possession, moving it forward. And that's Baltus claiming possession. The Tigers might have a shorthanded opportunity here. Baltus trying to get that shot off. Vanderleest now fighting for the puck over in the corner, but he's got like 3 Georgia Tech players on him, and they will come out victorious. The numbers advantage working there for the Yellow Jackets, but precious seconds tick off the clock on this power play. Those were seconds that the Yellow Jackets could not get shots on the net, and once again, that puck knocked away. Yellow Jackets forced the reset.
Clemson creating key turnovers on this penalty kill.
Yes, and now 20 seconds left on this power play opportunity. So when it's all said and done, if the Yellow Jackets can't find the net, the Tigers will have just over 3 minutes to try and find the net themselves with even strength, barring something else. And that's going to bounce off of the post, it looked like. Bounces off of Badger, off of the post. No goal, and the final seconds are about to tick off here. 2-1, and there it is. The penalty successfully killed. Back to even strength. A shot with McKeon lying on the ground. McKeon was lying on the ground when that shot, trying to dive block. We've seen him dive block a key crucial dive block at the overtime of that Charlotte game, and he's coming up there again trying to put his body on the line. So just under 3 minutes now. The Tigers trying to regain possession as you can't put the puck in the net if you don't have the puck.
Yeah, their penalty killers are tired. They need to...
Another shot.
Yep.
Saved by Badger.
They need to stoppage in play so they can get fresh guys on the ice.
And, yep, there it is. Both teams sending out a set of fresh legs onto the ice. So 2 minutes, 47 seconds left in this puck game. 3-2 our score here at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina, the coolest place in town and a home of the Clemson ice hockey team. And the Yellow Jackets have pulled away in the shot column once again, 36-26. They lead by 10. But not quite the disparity that the Tigers are used to seeing, however.
Yeah, usually it's 70 for the other team. So one positive thing to take away so far is how the defense has gotten better in protecting Jake Badger.
Yes, and Badger has been outstanding in his own right tonight, making a lot of key saves, and the defense coming up big as that puck, I believe, went over into the bench area, bouncing
Now
around.
Ceiling.
Ceiling?
Yep.
All right, we're at 5. Well, I don't know. 4.5. Either way, it's under 2.5 minutes, 2:25 to be precise. And the Yellow Jackets win that faceoff. The Tigers really need to regain possession of this puck if they want to have an opportunity to win this game or at least tie it back up. And they will gain possession. Jackson sends it forward, but Fessler lays it off, and it's Owen Turner who's laying it back up. Goal for the Tigers! It's Nick Cheser! Nick Cheser comes up clutch once again!
Again! Nick Cheser ties it up the first time, ties it up this time.
So, Matt, an interesting sequence there for the Tigers as Fessler
comes up big.
Fessler lays it off behind the net. Owen Turner picks it up, sends it over to Jackson. Jackson over to Cheser, and Cheser finds the open space.
Let me tell you something about Isaiah Jackson's hockey eye. Okay, he knew if he sent it towards the goalie would have to flash his pad. Beautiful rebound, juicy rebound for dinner for Nick Cheser.
Those are nice words.
We have all the momentum right now. Let's get another one.
Yes, and this is a 2-assister on the goal. It is Owen Turner and Jackson. So Clemson, right at the end here, right when they needed to, find the back of the net.
Again, this points to how resilient this team is.
Yes.
They do not quit.
Yeah. And after Georgia Tech had that third goal and they go down by 2 late in the game, it's so easy in that moment to just go ahead and hang your head and check out. But the Tigers, great job on their part to not do exactly that, to keep fighting, keep pushing forward, and to find a way to put themselves back in this game. And now we are just under 2 minutes left. The Tigers tying this game back up, and we're looking at another potential overtime unless somebody can break through here in this last minute and 40 seconds. And the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets tried to do just that, a shot on the net, but another save by Badger. Clemson stifling on the defense, another couple of bodies on the ground after a big hit by the Tigers. That one appeared to come from Stapleton. Frankie Stapleton there on that hit, I believe.
It's a good job that Clemson got this puck in deep because they got fresh players on there.
So Georgia Tech now pushing forward themselves. The Tigers continuing to try and play stifling defense. That shot not able to get in. Now about a minute left. A shot from the blue line directly into Dutt on the defensive side there. Tigers now pushing forward, coming across to Dutt, and he's laid out. The Tigers kept possession of that puck, but Dutt paid the price for it.
Yep.
So again, both teams continuing to play physical. The final seconds ticking down now. Just about 40 seconds left in this game. Getting fresh legs on the ice. Georgia Tech pushing forward. The Tigers trying to do everything they can to stop it. That shot is going to miss the net, and it's going to bounce away. Georgia Tech can't get possession there, so forced to reset as it hits the neutral zone. And Clemson stifling defense, sending it back out, forcing the Yellow Jackets to reset once again. 15 seconds left in this game. Georgia Tech pushing forward, looking for a last-second goal here. The Tigers trying to continue to stifle on defense and force overtime. They got the puck. There's an opportunity here. The puck is waved dead. 0.8 seconds. What do we have? The Tigers had a great 2-on-1 opportunity for a potential buzzer beater.
Looks like offsides.
Oh.
But Jack Owen Turner.
Jack Owen Turner. We heard his name twice with the goals in the first game against South Carolina. That puck's dropped. The final 0.8 ticks away.
We cannot keep having overtime games while we're broadcasting. I'm going to have a heart attack.
Buddy, how do you think I feel? My goodness. Okay, so huge third period there. Both teams putting up 2 goals themselves.
Huge last 8 minutes.
Yeah, both teams able to find the net twice each, which means this game remains tied It's now 3-3. So,
Clemson
Georgia Tech.
undefeated in overtime.
That is true. They are 1-0.
Yep.
So Georgia Tech finds 2 goals. Clemson backs against the wall just when it seems like this game is over and they're about to face another loss on the season. They do what they got to do. They stay resilient. They stay guns a-blazing, and they put 2 pucks in the net. Isaiah Jackson, the captain, stepping up, being a leader for this team, coming in clutch when he needs to, gets the momentum back in the favor of the Tigers. That momentum swing, they ride. A huge sequence down there at the net. Owen Turner and Jackson sending that puck back and forth. They find Cheser, who puts it in the net, ties this game. Cheser's second goal of the game. So far, the key player tonight. Nick freaking Cheser.
Hold up. I do not want to discount Owen Turner's winning that board battle to set up the pass to Isaiah. That set up the goal. He doesn't win the board battle. They don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable. And then down on the other end, 8 seconds left. Georgia Tech's got a wide open net, and he poke checks it away.
Yeah.
So,
and the defense for both teams have been rather stifling. Neither team has really been able to do what they want offensively. Yep. It seems like they get really frustrated because their passes are getting blocked. They're pressing really hard defensively, both teams, and they're playing very physical. This has been a very, very physical game, and that's led to a lot of the penalties for the Tigers, especially for Pieknik. He's found his way into the penalty box 3 times tonight, but he's also laid out many a yellow jacket in this game.
This is huge. 4-on-4 hockey here for 5 minutes.
Right, so
Let's see what we can do.
4-on-4 action in overtime. 5 minutes of sudden death. First puck to find the back of the net will win this game for his team. However, if we're still tied after this 5-minute overtime period, then there will be a shootout, which we have yet to see this young season. So we could be looking that in the face tonight, actually. But there's still 4.5 minutes left to decide this. All it takes is one bounce, and one team will walk away victorious.
Well, you did say on the hockey show that Owen Turner was going to have a big game. He hasn't had a big game on the score sheet, but he's come up big when the Tigers needed him defensively and setting up that game-tying goal.
His presence very much felt, maybe not necessarily in the quantity, the quantifiable numbers that you'd look at, but the quality of his play, very, very impressive. And there's a goal. There is a goal. A shot that Badger can't quite handle. It bounces in front of him. Georgia Tech will put it in the back of the net. Not even a minute played here in this overtime. And Georgia Tech celebrating a huge overtime victory. So the Tigers doing everything they can in this game when they fall behind. And they fall just short here in overtime. So as we wait confirmation to see who gets that last game-winning goal. And oh, man. So the teams are getting ready for the handshakes. Unfortunate circumstance here for the Tigers is just when it seems like they had everything figured out. That was number 9 on the goal, Matthew Connolly. So Georgia Tech, unfortunate winners there for the Tigers. Just when it seems like they have all the momentum. Just when it seemed like they had all of the momentum, it ends in a flash. And that's overtime hockey.
It's get pucks on net. I mean, and that's always the keys to the game. The main key of the game, get pucks on net.
Yeah.
For that exact reason. Badger has been unbelievable tonight. 3 out of 4 of the goals weren't his fault, right?
Right.
But again, tough shot, knuckle puck, tries to contain it, he can't. Wide open rebound. I mean,
and
it's overtime hockey.
And I mentioned earlier in the game, we were looking at on pace for about 40-ish shots.
Yep.
Scoreboard reads 41 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So, and it's weird to say that 41 is a low number in terms of shots. But so far in this very young season, 4 games played, this is the lowest number of shots that Jake Badger has faced. And once again, he does basically everything he can with all the opportunities that he's given. He's as much of a brick wall as he possibly can be. But that's the thing about brick walls. If you beat it enough, you're going to chip away at it. And that's essentially what's happened to Jake Badger in every single game this season. And based on what we have heard and gathered from the College Charleston game, that's what happened to John Luca DiGiovanni in that game as well. Your goalie is a brick wall. He does everything he can, but unfortunately, there's too much for him to handle. He can only do so much, and that's pretty much what happened here again tonight.
This is an absolute heartbreaker right now. I can't even put into words how sad I am. We had all the momentum. All the momentum. 2-goal leads are the worst lead in hockey, to quote Christian Brady on our hockey show. We tied up, have all the momentum. Christian even texted us in between third period and overtime. We felt a lot better on our bench than they did.
Yeah.
But again, pucks on net, equal pucks in net. Badger just couldn't handle the rebound.
And that's the crazy thing about overtime hockey. Like I said, one bounce is all it takes.
Yep.
And that's what happened there, the bounce off of Badger. It goes into his glove on the original shot, but he can't quite close it. It bounces out, falls in front of him, and before he can get back to the puck, a Georgia Tech player, Connolly, right there waiting for it, is able to pick it up, get it around Badger into the net, and that's all it takes. Sudden death overtime. And if you're Clemson, you feel really hard done because you played a great game against a team that is arguably better than you, that comes into this game as the favorites, having won so many huge deficit games.
Yep.
And the Tigers do everything they can. They come this close to pulling off a huge upset comeback victory, forcing overtime. But alas, their efforts are all for naught as they walk away heartbroken and defeated. A 4-3 loss here at the Pavilion. And the Tigers now fall to 1-3 on the season. The Yellow Jackets improve to 5-1. So the Yellow Jackets, a hard-fought victory. They continue to ride their hot streak. Clemson, on the other hand, now a 2-game skid after that huge overtime victory against Charlotte.
Yep.
Matt, what do they have to do moving forward into next week trying to just right this ship?
Well, now, what's today, the 4th?
Yes.
So, for the next the next 2 games are on the road. So, they gotta, 2 games, you gotta at least split on the road to have a chance to go, well, not even go 500.
Yes.
Win both on the road, come back here, 2-game win streak, 3-game win streak because they come back here. They play the same team.
Yeah, that's
on
true.
the 25th. So, and we're getting Nick Cheser on the show. Unbelievable.
Nick Cheser, yes. Unfortunately, the Tigers not able to come out, but Cheser, the key player in this game for the Tigers. 2 goals on the night. Huge impact for Cheser. Back-to-back home 2-goal games for Cheser as well.
Yep.
He, once again, bookends the game for the Tigers. So,
Unbelievable. Christian, peek your head and show the camera.
yes.
Our guy in the box tonight. You'll see him on the hockey show. Watch the hockey show Monday.
Yes, the hockey show this coming Monday at 7.
That's right.
Yes, this is the hockey show.
We record.
We're recording.
There we go.
Yeah, it'll be up.
Post on Tuesday.
It'll be up on Tuesday, but the hockey show this coming beginning of the week, you'll see us again plus Christian. We'll break this down, try and get Cheser back on as long as he doesn't have yet another exam conflict. Hopefully we'll get Cheser on to talk about this game because a great game to watch if you're a fan of hockey, especially if you're a neutral observer. But a heartbreaker if you're a Clemson Tiger, as they really felt like at the end, you really felt like this was the Tigers' game to lose going into overtime. But it was the Tigers' game to lose. And unfortunately for the Tigers, they did come up just short in this game. So we thank you for tuning in to this Clemson Tigers broadcast of hockey on Tigervision. I'm Wyatt Street, Matt Tiart. And thank you to everyone working behind the scenes, making this production happen. And we thank you for tuning in once again. We'll see you on our next broadcast in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks, yes. 2 weeks on the road, then we'll be back right again. Same team. So Tigers out for some revenge and some redemption here in 3 weeks' time. Hopefully, they'll be riding a huge wave of momentum after 2 key road victories. But until then, this has been Clemson Tigers Hockey on Tigervision.